religions movement that followed the lifting of the 260-year religion ban imposed by the Tokugawa shogunate. Corresponding with the Western spiritualism movement, this period saw a spurt of revelations and annunciations among people declaring themselves prophets of new gods. Religions such as Omoto and Tenrikyo were founded. Most of these new religions faded into instant obscurity, but a few spread out across the world and remain vital institutions today. I appreciated this chapter in particular, as I lived in Nara, near Tenri, the Bethlehem for the Tenrikyo religion. No one was able to tell me exactly what was really going on with all the strangely garbed people I occasionally saw wandering the streets, other than they were Tenrikyo practitioners. For me, it was the book's examination of Omoto and the roots of these religious movements that put the significance of these unique groups into perspective. I also appreciate the examination of modern topics in haunted Japan. This book is a plunge into the present as much as into the past. It is to her credit that Ross was curious enough about the country in which she lived to explore not only its past, but also the world around her. As a fellow writer on Strange Japan, I know what a brave move that is. There is a certain professional safety that is afforded when examining ancient supernatural topics in Japan. Write about the Yokai encyclopedias of Toriyama Sagien or the phantom visions of the artist Maruyama Okyo, and no one bats an eye. You are not judged for discussing these age-old topics. However, write about something more modern, and you invite skepticism. This is curious given the fact that the supernatural remains a vital part of Japan's cultural landscape. One need look no further than the immensely popular Marie Kondo's animistic approach to decluttering that has exploded in popularity in the West. The magic continues to thrive. Ross chose topics with remarkable prescience. In her explanation of Nensha spirit photography, she discusses the psychic Sadako Takahashi, whose name would become world-famous as the inspiration behind the movie monster Sadako Yamamura from the book and film series Ring. The investigation into Sadako Takahashi's powers is a foundation of the original Koji Suzuki Ring novel. Also, in the chapter New Forays into the Mystic, Ross discusses practitioners of the art of geomancy known as Fuzi, which involves identifying the energy sources of buildings and planning accordingly to maximize their potential. This is a practice with which I am well familiar. The desk I am writing upon has a heavy chain to help ground my career, and our bed is positioned in our room to tap into our home's latent power. Most modern readers will be equally knowledgeable about Fuzi, although perhaps they know it better by the Chinese name Feng Shui. But it was this book where I heard about it first. Haunted Japan would make a good guidebook for legend trippers looking to discover supernatural surprises off the beaten track. Her section, Strange But True, is a wealth of weirdness, exploring things from the little clay astronaut dolls Shakoki Dogu, which are familiar to any viewers of the Ancient Aliens TV series, to the Oyu Stone Circle in Ozuno City, said to be Japan's answer to Stonehenge. The book ranges all over Japan, including caves in Hokkaido with Jomon-era carvings, once thought to be the form of ancient Turkish, but now considered to be much older. Ross examines the town of Ui in Kyoto Prefecture that has embraced its reputation as the home of the fierce Oni Shuten Doji, and now operates an Oni museum hosting more than 200 masks of demons from across the world and thousands of books and documents concerning dwellers of the underworld. And in Aomori, we find the grave of Jesus Christ and his brother Isukiri, both said to have escaped crucifixion and traveled to Japan to preach the gospel. This is taken very seriously. In fact, the Sawaguchi family, which claims to be descendants of Jesus, have included an emblem on their family crest that is remarkably similar to a Star of David. Readers may have come across some of Japan's more well-known oddities, like the notoriously haunted Sunshine 60s skyscraper and the cursed grave of Taira Masakado's head in the middle of downtown Tokyo, but Ross gives equal spotlight to the obscure. At the ruins of